For this section, you are modeling what the division of decimals looks like. So you need to be careful here because this is saying I have 2 wholes and 4/10 divided by 4. So what happens here is we know that the way these blocks are representing that I should have 2. So I'm going to kind of drag this. I should have 2 whole blocks. However, you have to remember that you're splitting those 2 wholes into 4 groups. So what that means is that I can't have the 2 wholes because I can't put 1 whole in this group, 2 whole in this group, and then not in the others. They have to be equal groups. So I have to split. So I have to think of wholes as tenths now. So remember, 1 whole is 10 tenths. So if I have 4 groups and I have 10 tenths for 1 whole and 10 more tenths for another whole, I actually have 20 tenths. So let me think of 20. If I have 20 of something and I'm trying to split it into 4 groups, I know that 20 divided by 4 is 5. So I have figured out that each of my models should have 5 tenths in each group. Doing it spaced out so you can see what I have. So yes, this is tedious. If this doesn't work for you, you might want to do the Google Doc forms, which is pretty much the same problems. It's just answering questions instead of clicking and dragging. So if this clicking and dragging is difficult and you cannot figure it out, then I suggest you go to the Google Doc forms that is also linked in this problem. So here we go. I've got, oops. So biggest thing that you have to remember when you're moving these things is to look for the cross on your mouse. If you have just 2 arrows, then what that means is you're going to resize it and it's going to look a little weird. Okay, so back to the problem we were at. We had 20 tenths because we talked about breaking down these wholes, the 2 wholes. So we had 1 whole was 10 tenths and another whole was another 10 tenths, which made us 20. So we said 20 divided by 4 groups is 5 tenths in each group. So now we've covered the 2 wholes. So now we need to look at 4 tenths. Well, if I put 1 more tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, I've used everything I have. So now I'm going to drag my tenths over into each group because I had 5 from my whole that I split up. And now I need those 4 tenths. Okay, so now all I have to do is go back and count. How many tenths do I have in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all I have to do here is type 6 tenths and be careful that you are using correct place value. If you write 6, that would be an incorrect answer. So be careful.